Now this painting is going to be a challenge. When I took this morning on our bike ride, the Old Men Behaving Badly on Bikes Riding Society, this is in, well, it's in Mitcham, part of the Wandle in Mitcham, on the way to Morden, where we have a cup of tea, well, Merton Abbey, have a cup of tea and pedal back slowly. But the beauty of this morning was it was very cold, and you could just about see on here the frost. Now I don't know how to do that in watercolour, that's beyond me, but I'm going to use a bit of acrylic over that, I think. So I'm going to do try and do the watercolour, put in the essentials, the blue water, the reflections and the distant trees across here, some near trees here, water shining through the reflections. All in all, quite a challenging, complicated view that we have to simplify. So I'll bring you up to my piece of paper, Fabriano, £130, cold pressed, good paper for wetting wet, and very good for painting in acrylic over once I primed it with PVA glue and plaster of Paris. Paints I'm using are Cotsman 21mm tubes, lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson lights, red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna. So 2-inch hake. I'll try my old hake, see if it behaves. It probably won't. The bristles kept splitting and I just couldn't keep them together. But we'll see how we go. I'm going to wet the paper all over. Remember, it's a bright, cold, sunny, frosty day, 30th of December. A beautiful day for a bike ride. We had our long johns and our thermals on, our tops, body warmers, woolly hats, gloves. Our hands were frozen, but it was lovely to be out and about. So I'll just get that all nice and wet there. Now I'll warm up the sky with a bit of yellow ochre. I'm sorry, it's raw sienna. Now this, the brush, look, it's starting to split already, even when it's wet. So let's just get that, oops, get that down here, all the way over. Now, some nice ultramarine blue. But no clouds in the sky in this one. I don't really like doing blue skies, but I think most of the sky is going to be covered up. So just sweep across and get weaker as we go down. And that's about as far as the sky's going to come. Well, the sky's going to come down to about there. So we'll put in some nice blue in here. See, it's very hard to get these bristles to go back. Oh, I just got it there. And a darker blue when you look down into the depth of the water. We stand on a bridge end so we can see the trout. I'll give that one up. Don't want to throw it away, but okay. So that has gone a bit dry there. But anyway, I'm going to put in a background of brilliant yellow, because there's a lot of green in this. Mix the yellow with the raw sienna as well, and a bit of Payne's grey, bit of blue. So we'll. A lot of this is going to be covered up. It's a bit darker. bit of blue in there, I think, just to show a bit of distance. Right, okay, now we want to get some darks in here, so I'm going to bit of grey, bit of burnt sienna, bit of yellow. This be heavier than that. Okay, we just and the river, the reed beds coming down here. Right, we'll let that go there. Now we want some branches. Oh, let's just reclip this. I want to do this fairly quickly to get into the acrylic. Whether it works, I've never done the water. Well, I've done bits of acrylic over watercolour, but just to pick out trees and things. Better that was dry. I'll just give it a dry. Take your headphones off. That's better. So it's just a quick way of dry brushing the twigs. Use the edge of the brush on the driest surface and then just coming down into the depth of this. A bit of blue, a bit of shadow in there. And that's nice colour. It's going over here. It's like a bluey green. You can't see where the river turns. We've just got lots of banks here now. So we've got to show a way of showing this dark, shadowy colour. Just bring this in here, and then while that's wet, just lift out some silver birch type trees. It's all very scrubby. So put that one in. We go back to the yellow. Bit of yellow, raw sienna as well. In the light. And then we've got this dark bank. Lots of grasses, all sticking out different colours. Shadow. The sun, now the sun, we were going, can't really tell, the shadows seem to be coming across here. Okay, now a lot of reddy sort of tangles. I'm just using a bit of dry brush on here, bit of shadow. I'll just flick out some of that. Right, we're going to go into acrylic that, so we want some darker greens. Well, I'll use a blue in there. Just break up that sort of outline. Now get some more nice green, harder, darker in there. Just a tangle of trees in here, of shrubby waterside trees, willows, elderberries, bramble or bramble. Okay. Now we want a lot of shadow in here. But I can't make out any of the detail in this. I can see a couple of trees going up. And not a lot of reflection here, other than there. Okay, so we've got a little bit there. Now some really good darks in here. Just picking up some highlights on here. Right, it's a bit warm in these trees here, just using burnt sienna. Just quickly doing this, rubbing this in. And then we'll get some warmer colours in here. So we're just closing this in now with some overhanging twigs and stuff, which I should detail with a rigger. Right, now I'm going to do some twigs. So these are just dark, so warm darks. So I'll mix some Payne's grey with quite spindly trees here. Don't know what they are. Some coming down. I can only put the bare bones in, I can't do. Well, I'll add to that. clean my brush. Get one of my riggers. Okay, let's with those colours, the black or the grey. These are reflections, but I'm going to simplify. I can't put them all in. Like it's nice water. We'll put these in with a bit bluer. Got to show, I mean these, I can see them, but from a distance you might be able to see these spindly trunks. It's all bramble, a few silver birches, a lot of willows. But I'm just going to try and put the Frosty in that with the acrylic. We'll put a few little bits up here. Alright. Right, I'll dry that off and I'll put in some reflections. Right, I'll wet the paper again. Oops. Ah, dirty. I'm flicking my brush on the floor, but my plugs, my multi-gang plug underneath that. Right, let's so I can't see those reflections in here, but because these are over too far, probably the bank needs to come over a bit more there. So I'll just put them in. not enough dark in here. There's just this tangle of everything in there. Let's move that a bit. Right, don't like that. I can just change. No, I don't like that, it's ruined. Right, okay. Now I'll just, while that's still a bit damp, I'll see if I can just put those, a bit of those reflections. Now, very few ripples on this. It's a quite fast frame, but here it seems rather gentle. A lot of reeds. And we're standing on the bridge looking out that way. Behind us are lots of reeds. They periodically, or the Environment Agency or Volunteer Society, clear it out periodically, along with supermarket trolleys, stuff like that. And I've ink on my screen, computer screen. Oh. Just remove that. Right, just put a little bit of detail on the on here. Right, we've got to get some light, very light blue on this. This is just such a tangle here. Very difficult to simplify these sort of things. Not really very strong, is it? This needs to be made more of, I think. Put a few little pieces in here. Right, okay, nothing stronger in there. Okay, let's go to the acrylics and see what we can do with them. This is totally spontaneous. I don't normally do this. It's not a watercolour. It's now mixed. It will now be a mixed media, and I need a new membrane there. Right. It's fairly dry now. So we've got a white with a bit of blue and maybe a bit of red. It's like a grey sort of just dragged over this. Just areas of it are catching the high spots. probably won't show that much, but it's just in here and bits in there. Oh, it's so lovely. We're just trying to capture it, and you can't see any some frost on the other side of the bank across here. Some of this blue back in there. I'm just going to dry it off. Hold on. Take your headphones off. Right. So we're putting some dark bits here. I'll use ultramarine, burnt sienna, a bit of lemon yellow, a bit of black. Could do this with watercolour, but now I've got the acrylics going. There's a lot of dark in there, which I've not really shown with the watercolour. Then I can go over that with the blue. It might show the light against dark. Just want to have a go. So I'm turning it into an acrylic now. Right, anyway, except that the paper's not primed. Right. It's a bit dark in here. There's a little shadow. Put these darks back here. Oh, you can work on these for forever, especially working on acrylic over. We can just go any way we want. Alright, let's put in some lemon yellow and a bit of ochre. Some darker bit of black in there, mixing up the dark colour, dark shadowy colour. So just go in here. We've got it in there, so that's okay. I can only do an impression of these things. I can't paint photographically or anything. It's not really what I do. I want some ochre in here. Well, that's a bit better. Right, I'm just going to put in that, put some of the greys back. Just a blue, bit of that vermilion and white, and then just stipple this. Okay, well that's about as good as I'm going to get that. Let's put a mount there. I'll sign it. I don't think it's worth a signature, but hey. Like that. Right, I'll put a bit of tape on the top to hold it in position. We'll put the mount on it. But for better or for worse, this is a totally original painting, never been seen, never been done before. What colour should we have? Would that colour suit, do you reckon? Or do you reckon the... Well, let's try it with both. There. Oops. And well, there we are, the river Wandle. I just wonder if I could put in a... I'm going to scrap this anyway, this palette. Now this I reckon is allowable, using a bit of white just to put in some highlights. So I've just put a few of these branches, twigs. Right, we'll let that go. That's the River Wandle from this morning's bike, but a very complicated scene. I'll show you the what I copied it from. Let's zoom into that. So that's the view. This dark area over here with the light, the sun catching that, and this frost sitting on the tops of everything. Maybe there's another bit more I can see in this area here. So let's put those in. Oh, that'll do. No more. Let's put it in the other mount. See if that makes it any different. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll just take you back up to the board again. Oh, there we go. The River Wandle on a cold 30th of December morning. I don't know if that's straight in there. Yeah, that's straight. Okay, bye bye.